And I want to start by associating myself with the comments of my colleague, Senator Blunt Rochester, with respect to all her comments, especially with respect to Lisa Cook and what's happening there. Dr. Miran, I've been following closely these proceedings and your responses. I just want to confirm that you would like to keep open the option of returning to the Council of Economic Advisors after your 4-month stint, should you be confirmed. Is that right?
Thank you, Senator. As I said before, the advice that I received from counsel was to...
I'm just asking about your personal ambitions and interests. Do you want to keep open that option?
Well, 4.5 months from now is, on the one hand, a short time, but it's also a very long time, and I have no idea what the world is going to look like.
But the fact that, you could resign, could you not?
I could, and as I said earlier, if I were nominated to a term that's longer than 4.5 months and confirmed to that term, I would resign.
Right. So I just don't know why you have such a hard time responding to my question, which is you want to keep open the option of returning should your term be 4 months. That's what you want to do, right? I'm
following the advice of counsel, and
did the counsel advise you that you could resign if you wanted to?
Yes, counsel did advise that I could if I wanted to.
Of course you could. And so you want to keep open the option of returning to the Council of Economic Advisors. So my question here is pretty simple. It would be up to President Trump as to whether or not you were able to return to the Council of Economic Advisors, right?
Well, as the Council of Economic Advisors is a part of the president's administration, the president would be able to decide who staffs that agency.
Exactly, right? He could decide not to bring you back, right? This is a pretty straightforward question.
The president can decide who staffs that agency.
Yeah. And so do you think that President Trump would want to have you back at the Council of Economic Advisors if you defied his wishes in your votes and actions on the Federal Reserve, should you be confirmed?
I do not know, the inside of anyone else's mind. What I can tell you is that if I am confirmed to the Federal Reserve, I will act independently based on my own independent analysis of the economy and economic policy.
Well, let me help you out, and I think a couple of your boss's tweets would be reflective of his state of mind. This is a tweet from the 1st of this month. Quote, Jerome, too late Powell, a stubborn moron, must substantially lower interest rates. Now, if he continues to refuse, the board should assume control and do what everybody knows has to be done. So are you seriously telling me that if you were to vote and exercise judgment that was not consistent with what the President of the United States wants, that the president would not have you back at the Council of Economic Advisors, the job that you want to hold open for yourself?
Thank you, Senator. I actually interpret that statement as an exhortation to independent action by encouraging the members of the Federal Open Market Committee to vote their own views as opposed to taking direction from a chairman of the Federal Reserve. So I interpret those words as rather the opposite of what you do.
Have you've not seen the tweets where the president has threatened to try to fire Powell? Have you not seen those?
I've seen posts on Truth Social.
Okay. Well, he has done that repeatedly. And so for you to suggest that the president would somehow welcome you back with open arms at the Council of Economic Advisors, should you vote in a way that is opposed by the President of the United States, is just not credible in any way, given the president's repeated actions. Let me ask you about the situation over at the Bureau of Labor. Here's another tweet, actually the same day as the earlier one. Today's job numbers were rigged in order to make Republicans and me look bad. I have a very simple question, Dr. Miran. Do you think that the statistics were rigged in order to make the president look bad?
I think the statistics were allowed to deteriorate in quality steadily over the long.
That's a very different issue. We may agree or disagree on that, but that's very different than suggesting that they were intentionally rigged. Are you seriously suggesting, as the president did,
Senator's
that the
time has
numbers were
expired.
rigged? Just a yes or no.
I believe that the numbers were allowed to deteriorate without taking corrective action.
That's
And the
non-responsive. I mean, it's
deterioration
non-responsive.
Senator's time
As
has
has it-
expired. Senator Also Brooks.